It's Monday, February 12th, 2024, an absolutely stunning day here in Palm Desert, California. It's about 75 degrees, beautiful, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, a lot of snow up in the mountains, a gorgeous day, and I feel very, very blessed to be speaking with all of you and just having this conversation today. We're so blessed to be alive. We're blessed to be able to absorb knowledge. We're blessed to be awake to prepare. I was reading a comment last night, and I definitely want to respond to this because I think it's important to do this. This person said that I've been saying that things would be getting bad for the past 5 years and things are not bad. I'm paraphrasing. Yes, I have been saying this for 5 years. And I've got to ask this question. Are people who write this, are you okay? Do you need psychiatric help? Do you not see what has taken place in the last 5 years, socially and financially, right here in the United States of America? I'll tell you, when I read things like this, I lose hope for people, because how bad do things have to get before you realize what is happening? Where are you living that you don't see what is happening? Are you from Mars, Pluto, some other galaxy? Please respond. But I think it's extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, to not only be exercising your body, but exercise your mind. I think it's important every day to just take a little bit of time and do some research about what's happening. Read some of the data. Take a few minutes every day. Take 15 minutes a day. You'll be a better person. You'll be a smarter person. You'll be more awake. You'll be more prepared. So yes, it's good to go out to the gym and get a 30-minute workout in, or an hour workout in, whatever you're doing. It's good to be rolling on the mats in jiu-jitsu. It's good to hit the boxing class. But it's also extremely important to be exercising your mind. But I want to get back to this gentleman. And I'm going to give you a few signs here of things collapsing. Things have not collapsed. We are in the process of collapsing. We have not collapsed yet. We are collapsing. We're $34.2 trillion in debt. Debt to GDP is 122.7%. We have 43.4 million people living in poverty in this country, and we have 121,000 people last year who lost their lives to overdoses. This is all on the national debt clock. You can check it out. Just Google it. But again, a lot of people need to be reminded, and they're definitely not aware of what this collapse looks like. And we are collapsing. We have 100.7 million people not in the labor force. U.S. unfunded liabilities, $212.7 trillion. We look at Social Security. You know, what is owed in Social Security? $26.6 trillion. Medicare liability, $40.7 trillion. We have a trade deficit of over $1 trillion. We are importing over $250.4 billion in oil. Why are we not refining and digging up our own oil right here? Student loan debt per student, $38.8 thousand per student. Credit card debt, according to the debt clock, it's much higher than the number that's being reported. The debt clock has it at $1.378 trillion, almost $8,200 per holder. So I don't understand these people who I guess want to call me out and say I've been talking about things collapsing for 5 years. Well, take a look at the damage in the past 5 years. Take a look how big the deficits have gotten, how big the debts have gotten. Take a look at your average household, how much more debt the average household is in. The average household standard of living has fallen. Take a look at how much more a car costs, how much more health insurance costs. Take a look at how much more car insurance costs, how much more your standard of living has gone up, and how many people we have now lost in the middle class who can no longer be middle class. Take a look at what's happening socially in America. Take a look at the massive crime wave in America compared to 5 years ago. How can somebody, I think if you have a third, fourth, fifth grade education, you can figure this out. And I don't want to make fun of anybody. I don't want to be judgmental, but wake up, please. To people who don't see a problem, please wake up. Maybe your world's doing great. Maybe you're making $1 million a year, and God bless you if you are. Nuggets over here taking a little little nap in the sun. But yeah, maybe your world's doing great. But just because your little bubble is doing great doesn't mean that millions and millions and millions of people aren't suffering. And we should be respectful of that. But you know, we've got to measure things as a nation. There's always going to be exceptions. There's always going to be that 1% or that 10%. But if the other 90% are falling behind, the nation is falling. The nation is collapsing. And you cannot have a middle class being destroyed and think that you're going to have a healthy, strong nation. Who's going to buy all this stuff? Who's going to be buying houses? Who's going to buy cars? Who's going to buy electronics if we don't have a healthy middle class? We can't have too many poor people either. We can't have, 45 million people on food stamps in this country. It's not healthy. We can't have 1 million people living on the streets in America. It's not healthy. So please, to the people out there that think everything's okay, maybe you're doing okay, but more than likely you have massive debt. You probably have massive credit card debt, massive student loan debt. Your car's probably been repoed. You're probably living in your mom's basement. But because the stock market is continuing to melt up, you believe everything is okay. Please get out of your bubble. Stop being a zombie. Here's one from the Hedge today. And please listen to the rest of this show. Please like, share, subscribe. And look, I don't want these people to go away. I want them to stay here. And they stay here for a reason, because they know what I'm saying is the truth. I'm not making this up. I'm printing these articles up from CNN to CNBC, from the Hedge, Wall Street Journal, Market Watch, et cetera, et cetera. I'm using so many news resources, and they're all pretty much saying the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Household debt tops $17.5 trillion, and Americans are feeling the strain. Why is debt going up so much? Why is it exploding if things are so good? I mean, think about what they're telling us on the television and looking at the data. Things are not adding up. Think about who is really feeling the booming economy. It's Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, not you. The resilient consumers have managed to keep spending money, driving the so-called strong economy thanks to what? Credit cards. Total household debt increased by $3.4 trillion since the end of 2019. 8.5% of credit card balances and 7.7% of auto loans are now delinquent. This does not happen in a booming economy, ladies and gentlemen. Credit card debt rose by only 1% in December. Why is that? Now revolving credit, including auto loans, student loans, and borrowing for other big ticket items has been slowing for months. Why is this? You know the answer, because people's credit cards are maxed out. And this is going to be big, big trouble for these people and for the U.S. economy. You can only get away with this. You can only kick the can for so long. And it is amazing how long and how far they've kicked the can, without a doubt. But many consumers have maxed out the cards, and they can no longer get a credit card. They're maxed out. If consumers, ask yourself this, if consumers cannot borrow anymore, how will the economy continue to grow? That is the question. Please comment down below. Can it grow? If consumers are maxing out credit cards, if they can no longer borrow money, if they have damaged credit scores, how does the consumer, or how does the economy grow? Can it grow? How can it grow without a consumer that can no longer borrow money to spend? Because for many, many years, the economy has been growing, or it's been booming now, because people have been spending money they don't have. You can think a couple years ago when people were getting all those stimulus checks and they were getting the unemployment benefits. All this it injected money, $7 trillion injected over 30 months, and the access to cheap credit and credit cards. The ugly truth is, debt is creating an illusion of prosperity and economic growth. And there is a word for this, and you all know the word to this, and this is a great article. Please take a minute, check it out. There is a word to this economic growth, this illusion, this fake prosperity. Unsustainable. This is all unsustainable. And it's coming to an end, and when it does, you're going to know a lot of people who are going to be in very, very big trouble. And we're all going to know somebody. And I know people right now who are facing homelessness, that are going to be facing this within months. We all know somebody who's in trouble. You may not know right now how much trouble they're in, but I can tell you right now, not that these people have reached out to me, but I know their circumstances. I know they're in trouble, and I know that they're, 60, 90, 120 days away from a serious reality, and that reality could be being homeless. Do I feel sorry for these people? I feel sorry for the kids. Do I feel sorry for them? No, because they're not hustling. They could be out there doing a lot more. There is some opportunity out there. There are jobs out there. Are they career paths? No. Are they the highest paying jobs? No. Are they 40-hour work weeks? No. Go get yourself 2 or 3 of these jobs. You can make 18, 19, 20 bucks an hour. And at the end of the day, when you have nothing, $18 or $20 an hour is a lot better than making nothing sitting at home. There's a lot of people out there that could be doing something, but they're lazy, or this is all beneath them and they won't do it. Oh, I have a degree, so I'm not going to work in the restaurant business. So I'm not going to work at a resort. All right. Again, I don't feel sorry for people like that, especially when you have kids, especially when you have nothing. You have 2 arms, 2 legs. Why are you not out there hustling? Why aren't you out there working 60 hours a week? Americans turn to tiny portable homes to combat unaffordable prices and mortgage rates. My dream shed. This on Fox Business. Real estate agent Riley Annan said she believes the trend is not just a passing phase or a passing fancy, but a lifestyle shift. When we were in Texas and we shot that video in Texas, price per square foot was like $400 a square foot. And people were like, oh, this is great. This is a great deal. $140,000 to live in a shed. That's affordable. That's a great deal. But it's just like, it really isn't. It's shrinkflation. you're still paying $400 a square foot to live in a shed. You're just living in a much smaller shed. And so people just, again, they look, at the monthly price, or they just look at the price, but then they don't look at the square foot price. You're not actually living in a real house. You're living in a shed. Tiny homes offer a solution that's not just budget friendly, she says, but also incredibly charming, she told Fox News. Charming? Living in a shed? Isn't this charming? You can live in a shed. I love how these real estate agents love to sugarcoat everything. It is now charming to live in a shed. And wow, it's cost effective. Look at the price. But yeah, you're living in 350 square feet. 400 square feet. Isn't that charming? Always making it sound so inviting, aren't they? I watch, videos here and there. I watch a lot of news. And I'm always, watching things, reading things. And, it still shocks me, how people will make videos, tell us how bad everything is, or try to sugarcoat things, that everything's okay, but always with this little smile on their face. I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing to laugh about, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm always guilty of not smiling enough, not laughing. People want me. I guess they want this to be comedy hour. Let me reiterate this: where we are heading is so dangerous. It is so scary where we are heading right now. And people want me, not everybody, but there's people out there. Why don't you laugh? Why don't you smile? Because listen, when I take this 20 minutes out of my day and I put this data together and I try to deliver a warning, a message to people, I don't find anything funny about it. I don't find any of this entertaining. Anybody laughing or giggling about what we're talking about right now, these people don't believe what's coming. They don't believe for a second what is about to happen. And there's plenty of people out there that make these videos, oh, this is going to happen, it's going to be bad. But they're laughing, they're giggling. They think it's funny that people are losing their jobs. They think it's funny that the economy is crashing. They think it's funny that inflation is going up. There's nothing funny about this because people are getting hurt every day by this. This does not give me any joy to make these videos, ladies and gentlemen. I've said this 100 times. I wish I was driving around in a Ferrari today, filming it, going to Cars and Coffee, laughing, giggling, having a great time, and cracking jokes. That would be one thing. But maybe one day, if things ever turn around, if they do, I'll make videos like that. But right now, my job, my duty is to wake up as many people as possible and prepare as many people as possible. And I don't find anything funny about it. Again, we are heading into a very, very dangerous time here. If you want jokes and giggles and laughing, check out other people's videos. You're not going to get it here. I've got 20 minutes to deliver this, to warn people and get people ready. I will assure you, I sleep good at night. I have a great life. I love to laugh. I love to joke around. I have a good life. But for 20 minutes of my day, I owe it to all of you to be very, very serious and to deliver the data to you and a message to you that we continue to prepare. Boston couples sign up to house people, we'll just say people from other countries. And these people, these migrants, get delivered to their home within an hour. We're going to see Americans being paid to give up their homes. And this is just another scheme to have people, homeowners, take in people from all over the world. And when people are broke, maybe somebody in the house lost a job, maybe both people in the house lost a job, maybe people are being destroyed by inflation, maybe they can't afford their home insurance, maybe they can't afford their health insurance, maybe they can't afford to eat. So this little scheme now that the government's putting out there, paying people to take in migrants, there's people doing it. There's people that are actually desperate enough to do this. How much they're getting paid, I don't know. If you know, comment down below. But this was a Boston couple that agreed to take in 4 people, 4 migrants, and within an hour, they were delivered to their house. How much are they getting paid per migrant? I have no idea. But they're obviously doing this for the money. How do you feel about this? I think it's dangerous. I think it's appalling. I think it's a reflection of just how bad the economy really is, because people are so desperate for money that they're willing to take in people they don't even know. An entire family of 4 moving into your house you don't even know from God knows where, what kind of background check, what kind of health screening, who knows? But people are getting so desperate that they're falling for schemes like this, and they're doing it. Now, I'm going to share another article with you. From the Hedge. Squatters are taking over homes all over the nation on an industrial scale and turning them into dens of crime. Isn't this incredible? And yet we have people writing me, asking me, or telling me that I've been talking about things collapsing for 5 years, and they haven't been. Have you ever seen a squatter situation dilemma like the one we're seeing right now? And it's threatening neighborhoods all across America. There are now ads on social media offering to find a prime squatter home in Atlanta just for you. $1,400 will get you the keys to a squatter home from a company called One Time Payment Homes, a company that says you can stack cash and save money and turn your life around while you're paying absolutely nothing, squatting in somebody's house. Who would be a landlord today? Who would actually want to be a landlord in this environment? Predatory squatters are flooding the country as I make this video. And what comes with squatters? Crime. And they're squatting in neighborhoods like Beverly Hills. They're squatting out here all over Riverside County. And there's no repercussion. And the homeowner, the landlord, they're screwed, plain and simple. Think about the financial pressures this is putting on people, landlords who own these homes. Or let's just say maybe you moved out of state, you left your home here vacant, up for sale, and somebody just moves in. What are you going to do? You know, you can deal with the wonderful legal system now. Comment down below. Absolutely a time that I never thought we would ever see in this country. And it's amazing that things are so lawless. People get away with this. I'm going to finish with this last one. Since the Super Bowl just ended yesterday, I don't even know who won, to be honest with you. I don't know if Taylor Swift was there. I could give a you-know-what. But I do know this. People are back to work today. They're back to reality, or they're back sitting on the couch or whatever they're doing. Many people wiped out because they gambled whatever money they had. They're deeper in credit card debt. They're deeper in buy now, pay later plans. But cashing in chips, Super Bowl fans stunned by nachos costing a staggering $60 as price of food inside Allegiant Stadium is revealed. So massive food prices, price gouging at its finest, taking advantage of all those wonderful football fans. $60 for an order of nachos last night at the Super Bowl. And yet people support this nonsense. They support these organizations. It's absolutely dumbfounded by how people have lost their minds. We have a very, I guess, incoherent society today. And of course, burning cars today in San Francisco, small riots starting out, and people just vandalizing whatever they can over a football game. This is the society that we live in, the land of zombies. The land of zombies, paying these exorbitant amounts for nachos and hot dogs and beer and tickets, and then burning up your cities, burning up cars, burning up businesses, what have you. It is a sad time in American history. It's going to get much worse. I'm going to continue to make these videos to continue to wake up one or two more people. And I hope that you continue to share these videos. I hope you continue to walk the walk, not support garbage like this. But, take your time, take your money, put it towards your preps, put it towards your skill sets, put it towards all preparations, put it towards your family. People should be spending more time with their families, not at these games. They should be spending more on their preparations, not lining the pockets of these football players who don't care about you, don't care about your rights. They don't care about the military. They don't care about your flag. It's disgusting. I'm going to leave it there today. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. And, as I've started this video, these people who do not see the collapsing of this country right now, the collapsing of this economy, please get out of your bubbles. Please wake up. Please stop being a zombie. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I don't want to judge these people. I don't want to judge you. But I hope at some point you get psychiatric help, or you keep tuning in and clicking on this channel and watching, and at some point maybe something in your mind opens up and you begin to realize what's really, really happening. Maybe it's not happening to you, but it's happening to a lot of people, 90% of this country. But again, thank you for the click. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe you don't see what we're seeing, but obviously you see some amount of truth, or you wouldn't keep coming back. So I'm going to leave it at this. God bless America. God bless all of you. And until next time.